time to do 2 more later. I hope you're fine. Thank you for your support and subscriptions, likes and shares. I really appreciate you a lot, guys. All the time, I pray for you also that you have a nice moment and success and breakthrough through what you do. And of course, as we battle around the YouTube streets, there is a lot that is popping, guys. One of the things is our sister in Poland is sharing moments that she's missing. But she's telling us that she's not missing anything, guys. Who doesn't miss something at least? Even if it's within Kenya and you actually distance yourself from your parents, there is that one thing that you will be missing out on unless otherwise. But anyway, I understand. Maybe it is the childhood trauma or something that she told us. She said that she doesn't want to really feel like she's still in a situation of the past because she has moved on, okay? And life must go on. Of course, we don't disagree. She must move on, yes, but you cannot fully erase your past. Somehow you will see that past in you, you like it or not. It's just like a moment you went through betrayal or some sort of sellout. You will not tell us that you quickly moved on and you can never go back to it, because somehow we normally refer to the past that builds our present and then the future. Of course, some situations like poverty, as she said, you may skip from it totally and you'll never want to go back. And just pray God that you will be kept safe and the new situation will be permanent, okay? They always say, Nigeria, I hear some song Nigerians listen to, it's called No Situation is Permanent, some things can change. And they also say, SIM card is what? Hey, if you know, you know. So welcome to Edutainment for us as we continue with this banker. So, of course, guys, you have seen the MWANGO on the streets, and we are battling together, of course, with a higher view from her than us, but we are battling, and together we're gonna make it, okay? So let me come up with the video that I just watched some minutes ago. The MWANGO was there telling us that she's not missing anything from Nyabohanse, nothing, okay? And she was there raising a big chick. I was almost thinking it's a duck or a turkey when I saw in the thumbnail, only to watch and realize it was chicken. I was like, whoa, you are doing great. Of course, you realize that there are things that our sister is missing. She will not testify it, but we can see clearly that she's missing a lot of things from Nyabohanse. Why not? And one of the things she's missing is actually getting to go to the market and just find the free spices that she used to find in Nyabohanse. They were cheap, of course. She testified to us that in Poland things are a bit expensive, sold exorbitantly. And again, away from that, she reminded us that in Poland, there is a problem with actually finding all fresh spices. Some of them have to be dried and kept in some other. There's that beauty in fresh spices. All of us can agree, right? Yeah, I always plant this rosemary, mint, and all those sort of spices. And even when I pluck some spices and keep them as dry, I don't find beauty in that. I just find beauty in having the raw and fresh spices and, fresh from the farm. It's just like when you dry meat and keep it, you understand that kind of meat or beef. Compared to the fresh one, which one would you prefer? So automatically that is missing out of that. And then she shared something else about the preparation or cooking. And of course, I understand that she's missing this moment where you would actually have people preparing meals, sharing moments on all that. That's not there at all, okay? So automatically that will agree. But let's play her video and see what she is going to tell us right here. Then we will see. Here we are.
Before it starts rearing some during summer. So, my favorite uncle, something funny, my husband has only one uncle from the mother side, just one. And he's truly amazing. Look what I'm having. So this has been brought by our uncle Vu. He's very kind. I'm always eating like organic chicken, at least, because I love proteins over carbs. Every week, at least I must at least have chicken to cook and enjoy. And in the countryside, we just live the two of us, my husband and I. So cooking, doing life just the two of us is pretty interesting because our family still is just the two of us. So much cooking and all that, but I love big families. I can't just wait to have a big family as well someday. God style me. So, my mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law, the way I love calling her, she lives and works in town. So, when I visit her, because sometimes during the week we go for swimming and all that, so just a nearby town, not far away. And she's like, "Dear, I love the way you do the cooking videos and all that. I would like to have a taste of those foods." But then I'm like, I wish you did actually when you visit, but when she visits, unfortunately, it's not the day I'm cooking chicken, or it's not the day that I'm cooking those traditional dishes. But again, my bad, to be honest, because I don't know, because of the weather. I wake up so late, because when she's here, and by the time I wake up, she's already cooked. There's a lot of food already. I think some days I show you guys, like, look, I wish I cooked today, but there's already plenty of food, so we have to start to finish what we have. So I decided today I'll be cooking the chicken my way, and maybe chapati tomorrow, or you guys can suggest any other dish that can accompany the chicken so well. And then tomorrow I'm planning.
Yeah, so of course, while preparing, she talked about the fact that while in Kenya, she could eat this with lentils or any other provision. So which means there was an option of so many other things to accompany the chapati. But back in Poland, the option is only chicken, maybe. And she's actually revealing that she doesn't have another option. Let's just check here. She said something right here.
Не було даже такої думки, що вони можуть просто дітей забрати. Я мати двох українських дітей, яких було насильно вивезено до Росії. Не дозвольте, щоб це сталося з іншими родинами.
Generate Stranger Things style images with AI.
The lemon even adds flavor again to the chicken. I love lemon so much. And it's really good lemon. It even has seeds. Squeeze in. I don't want the seeds to go because sometimes they are bitter when they are boiled.
So, of course, remember in the entire video, what she tells us is that she's doing cuisine in her way, right? Not in your way. So you're gonna watch and shut up. You don't have to talk about anything. That's what she reminds you. It's her way, right? So don't go correcting and telling her what she has to do, okay? So whenever she starts that, she has to remind you because she knows you people will be after her neck to remind her what to do, what not to do, and all that. She doesn't want that kind of thing because she is who she is. She wants to do her things her way, okay? Yeah. And of course, she shared a lot about the absence of so many other stuff. Of course, I know at least people who have to do what they have to do.
Cooking very nice. This is ready to tap from fire. Next, next on stage.
All right, so when you see that, of course, if you've been watching clearly, you understand what she's missing, right? The water or river bath, the bath from Nyabohanse River is something that she's actually missing No wonder she had to take us to the bathroom and show us herself in a bikini taking a bath. So you actually understand she's missing this bird from River Nyabohanse, okay? What they call the African river bird is absent here. And the absence of the mother commenting at the back and saying what she's doing, complimenting what she's doing. So here she has to talk to herself as she proceeds or whatever she's doing, okay? So automatically understand that there's a lot of things she's missing, but she just won't say it, okay? Now I want us to get to the real war between PASSY and MARWa. Of course, the other day, PASSY was really complaining about her piece of land that MARWa was planning to plant hay, and she was like, nobody should speak about that land. And of course, we saw him keeping quiet about it, which means there was a lot of truth in that, okay? Yeah, so land, it has been a very key aspect of conflict in Nyabohanse. And of course, I want us to check on its PASSY and just see this. Now, today, she released another video to show us a new conflict over horses. That horses are easily sneaking into her farm and even stepping on the husband's grave. That's what she expressed in her video. And I was like, okay, sometimes when people are being stepped on, that's when they realize. But when they are stepping on others, they don't. MARWa complains literally about everything. People not invading privacy. She even had to plant a lot of CCTV cameras around his home. So I want us to look at this video and then we go back to that of land. I want you to look at this.
If you're hearing these words, it's not a coincidence. Something powerful.
Maybe you're just going to take 20 minutes or something like that. Look at this.
I'm not feeling good when the horses can climb over the grave. So it was paining me because it was someone who's special on my life just lying down there. Stop doing this to its PASSY, please. Stop doing this to my family. Take away your horses, please. Please, so painful. It's so painful. I'm not feeling good for this.
So I think in that video you realize that this is the home of PASSY. This is her compound, right? But the horses are invading into her farm and she has all the rights to complain. But we'll be seeing on every platform of those who call themselves positive reactors saying PASSY has started a war against MARWa, she's unappreciative. I don't know. All those terminologies that they use in labeling will come out automatically. And people will be maybe attacking PASSY, reminding her of all the dirt that we can pick from the streets. So let's look at this, and I don't think this is right, actually. If MARWa wants his rights to be defended, he should be the first to defend the rights of others. But he has no sense of that. He doesn't care because he knows he owns the Nyabohanse world. He brought YouTube, so he wants to be respected and he wants to step on people just as he would wish to. For whatever reason, we don't know, but let's watch this. Alright, so you can see that is one of the people who takes care of MARWa's horses. PASSY comes right there, watching what's happening. Of course, she says she's not very comfortable with whatever is happening right there.
Guys, is this fair? For sure. Is this fair? Is this fair, guys? For sure. Is this fair? I want to know, guys, if it was fair about what's happening on my compound. And I'm just talking now. It will just bring some issues, some problems. Guys, that's not fair for me. It's not fair. Yeah, about what's happening. It's not fair, guys. It's not fair. Because this is not the yard, so that now the horse can come and start eating on it. Even just passing on my husband's grave. Okay, guys, oh my God. Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back to this amazing church.
So of course we just saw exactly what happened right there. And I don't know, whom will you be defending at the end of the day? Of course, some people just have to automatically defend MARWa because they want that, I don't know, whatever favor it is. They will not be supporting PASSY for any given reason, you know.
Popcorn hajaona hivi.
Hata akiona hawezi ongea.
Kashangaa tu plastic kwa watu. Sema kwa miti anaficha mandazi.
Sasa mandazi ni kitu utaficha. Labda mwalimu amekuwa na mbili na anasikia kula mbili.
Is this fair, guys? For sure. Is this fair?
All right, so how many are actually feeling for PASSY in relation to her complaints here? Is she justified to complain? Maybe that's where we should begin. Is MARWa doing the right thing, letting the horses into people's farms? Of course, he told us that he was not allowing his workers to take horses everywhere. He only had to take the piece of land from the school where the horses could actually take their food stuff. But what is happening? He has been parading around telling us about hay being planted all over the place, which means finally he has had to weed all his farms. And so he doesn't have where to take care of his horses from. But it would be a good idea to actually talk to the neighbor and then have a free ticket to do so, instead of just barging into PASSY's piece of farm, because she has a right towards her farm. And of course, we have seen the past that was very dirty and bleak. So there is no need of him barging like that. And he should actually have had specific demands, or rather, you know, boundaries from the workers who are right there. But it is what it is. Of course, if you don't know the tingle, then you should just forget about it. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. When the haves actually meet the have-nots, that's exactly what happens. Now, recently there was another scenario, and I want us to get to that whereby PASSY was talking about the fact that her land should not be talked about. I'm not sure whether it is this video, but I think it's this one here. So we'll also pay attention and see what is happening there, and see what is happening.
So now people are just talking about that, as now Ayamara is going to take the land because of the video that Ayamara making, saying that it was already land by Shamba, so that we want to plant the food of the horses. No, guys, I'm just here, just asking me, I'm the one who can tell you the truth, because my land is mine. I'm the one who are going to plant this Shamba. I'm the one who digged, and I appreciate my friend who supported me by digging, and I'm going to plant very soon. So don't be there, just asking me. I'm the one who knows the truth. Now people are there saying that, because it was not, I'm not blaming anyone. Like my subscriber watched this video from my own, not saying that he just agreed with me that he's just going to plant here the horses, not that one. You see, so I'm the one who are going to plant on my shamba, because the horses are just going taking a time in the shamba. So if I can plant, I can't have any place to plant some maize for feeding my kids. And because I have a family, I'm the one who is going to plant here. So there's not be having some was thinking that, oh, now my land is going to be taken with the Yamara. How somebody can take the land without agreement? You see, guys? So don't be there and saying about a lot. No, I'm the one who are going to plant here. Because this is my land, I'm the one who's going to plant.
All right, so
outside here.
of course the streets were dotted with a lot of discussions surrounding the land by PASSY, and everybody was talking about the land and PASSY being mean about it and denying MARWa land to plant the hay and whatever it is. Of course, the question is, should MARWa own every piece of land in Nyabohanse? That's the question. That's something that people have kept asking. Now, I was surprised that there is this family, the Jigas family. Gintu has been helping a lot, this family. Lucy, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate your presence. I hope America is fine and everything well. All right, so here we are with PASSY actually showing us the reality behind her piece of land. Remember, there have been a series of conflicts over this land with MARWa having bought, not just MARWa, but I think it was Condad. Condad actually bought this land, and because from the name, of course, you get the corn in the entire thing, bringing chiefs who could measure the piece of land instead of surveys, and they could pick bigger portions from the owners. And so this became a bond of contention, and before PASSY's husband died also, he used to sell his piece of land, and it became a bond of contention for the two. So PASSY came up one day claiming that she will recollect her piece of land, something that she will not be able to do. It's very unfortunate she may not be able to recollect, but whatever she has, can you leave the widow in peace? Yeah, leave the widow in peace, MARWa, because you don't know what it means to be one, okay? So the aspect of barging into her land and making her feel as she does, it's unfortunate anyway. We've seen a lot of history around this too. It has been dirty because MARWa opted to support the Trenchtown grandpa instead of supporting the neighbor, and of course that's how it became dirty, or rather bleak for the two of them. So PASSY is saying no to her piece of land. MARWa should not do any weeding here, and should not actually believe that he is going to use it for horses or whatever reason. So you've seen a series of 2 complaints arising from PASSY, and she is genuine. She has she's genuine to complain about it, because if it belongs to her, then she has to do what she wants with it. And of course, if she's not being stupid in whatever decisions she's making, you clearly see that she wants to plow this piece of land and then do the planting, right? So she is protecting her family, her kids, the orphans. So what is wrong with that? Why would people come around and defend MARWa? And the unfortunate bit is that when MARWa gives his part of the story, people listen more and ignore what PASSY says. Of course, that is the law of the land. Maybe let's talk about the poor and the rich within Nyabohanse. That is it, okay? So PASSY stood her rights, and she has a right to do so. She said clearly that her land should not be talked about. MARWa should not be there to be telling people that he is going to plant hay here when he has not reached her out and had any agreements, formal agreements. Very important in this case. Nyabohanse pieces of land have a lot of conflicts, from left to right, from right to left, from east to south, okay? Yeah, so let's get to hear more from PASSY, and you can drop your comments. So, what PASSY is doing, PASSY is managing. PASSY is trying as much as possible to amend her past. Remember, she was at a point where she had digressed totally from the expectations, and people really made a lot of noise, and I think she's trying so much to amend on that. Unfortunately, the so-called positive reactors will not be positive about PASSY, but they'll always be positive about MARWA. What selective amnesia is this? That is selective amnesia, right? Because when you look at what PASSY is going through and her complaints on the street, they are genuine. You actually see clearly that she deserves to be defended. And even the Bible tells us that when you talk about widows, orphans, widowers, they deserve to be defended than anybody. But this gang on the streets, they'll only defend MARWA because they want to associate with the person who has a bigger team so that they get subscribers, they get money, they make money. And I don't know, they'll come for you because they have seen your titles and what have you, but they'll never stand for the right. Hey, you cast gang. Let's see. Let's wait and see what will happen. But it's unfortunate, actually. When I look at them, it's a shame on them that they'll not stand with PASSY, even when she is claiming her right. They'll not. They'll always stand with MARWA because they know what they have to get from it. Because once they speak a word, then they are going to lose that team that is behind MARWA all the time. You know? Now, let's look at the aspect of horses tramping everywhere. Why did this guy, there's a time he told us that horses are delicate, they can die from anything, he's scared about the villages, he doesn't know how his horses ended, and the subscribers came out full wing to tell him that he has to be very careful. The neighbors are actually aggressive, they might do anything to the horses. If you know you are rearing that kind of animal, why would you be careless and let them into other people's farm? And of course, even when you do that, that's when you are creating a room where people can now do whatever they want to the grass or even poison or something. I don't actually advocate for it, but then that is what can happen. You know, that is what can happen. If PASSY turns out to be a vicious person and sees that her rights are being trumped and she doesn't have a voice, what will she do? That is the next possibility that you will have to offer, and people will come making a lot of noise. So, Team MARWA, can you please educate him to respect other people? Because if horses are delicate and expensive, as he says, he should not be exposing them to other places. Remember, Max was fired, and he was blamed, and MARWA kept saying that he doesn't allow his horses to go all over the places because of the fate he has faced earlier. So has that fate changed? What has changed? What is the change in the matrix? I do not get it, you know? Let me understand. Just let me understand. Now let's get to TUMBILi. TUMBILi was at MARWA's place. He did a lot of videos. He posted them. And then on his way back to Nairobi, he was arrested. Right? Let me just take getting too personal. I want us to check on this.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here, right here in Jabohanse, guys. This is an amazing feeling. It's not really ritual. I can see to you guys. It's called Jabohanse City. And finally, the person I'm about to meet today, guys. You guys have really pressured me to be here. You prayed for me. Like, can you imagine someone sent me a message that they were praying for me to meet? I am MARWA. Look at this message. Ati, well done to Billy for visiting Yabohanse. My childhood. This place where we are standing here, my dad and mom bought it like 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Yes. This land, the whole of, yes. This used to be a swamp. Actually, if you look in the neighborhood, it's swampy. So then my mom and dad gifted me. Wow. Then now the rest I have expanded on my own. Yes. Wow. But this place, I have a lot of memories with it. Because when I was a young boy, this is where we used to... Me, my childhood, I've been a guy who has lived in the village. no shoes. I used to wear those tiles, otero, you know, tiles, those ones. And it never really meant it. Yeah. I didn't finish 3 days after that statement. I was told go meet your group leader. And we were chased from chest bar. Actually, 100%. By an SMS actually, because I had asked for a leave, and during my leave those days, just right there, is where I got an SMS. Say return everything that belongs to the bank. It's like that I left, and then that was the time that Ken showed up. And that's how you see how God works. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like you're down, but it's not down. It was meant to happen. Then I went to Colombia. So there, it was the first time to be in a country as a black person, and nearly everybody, 90% or 97% is white. Colombia, yes, it has black people, but like 3%. So then I was confused. I don't speak the language by those days. Mountain just dropped. I'm telling you.
Lucy, Tumbili is a content creator who popularly goes about interviewing people and makes sure that he pursues people who have made it. So, of course, he has been doing a lot with Obina, with Jackie. He's a boyfriend to Jackie, in fact. And as if you follow him closely on that channel, he has been doing a lot of more of interviews, I can say, what the content that Nairobi Teacher used to do before. So Tumbili comes from, I think, the Nyanza part, but works so much in Coast. So he's been showing a lot of stuff around Oga, Obina, Jackie, and these popular celebrities all along. So he made it, I think, the last 2 days, he went to Nyabohanza and did some stuff on MARWa, and obviously he had to lie about his past, talking about how poor they were, how he struggled through, how the hard work has finally paid and all that, giving some details that are correct and some that are a lie. Yeah. So while coming out of MARWa's place after doing this vlog that we've just seen, he was arrested. And the clarity on arrest is that his vehicle had a broken windscreen, and there are also some issues about some permits that he was supposed to renew. He did not renew it, so people were asking why that happened. Of course, they thought it's related to the content he did, but it has nothing to do with that. The entire thing was just about the road negligence on the road. That's exactly what led to the arrest, and it's normal for him because how many times have we seen him arrested? There's a time he came from Thika, he was arrested. There's a time he also came from Kitui, I believe, and he was arrested. So guys, we didn't have to take a lot of time in our video because I was just doing a short video, and I know of course you'll be getting a chance to watch what we've done, but drop your comments over that and see through the analysis of what is exactly expected of this, and watch the other videos. I posted another one earlier, and maybe the rest that you've not watched for the other days. So otherwise, Lucy, have a nice time, and any other person watching, because they didn't chat. Some people just came about, they are watching, they have not chatted, but you can remember to like as we proceed in this expedition. Yeah, so bye bye for now.